Hi everyone, I'm CH3 and we meet again. This time I will continue to tell you. 99% of designers need to know about this topic. In the CDS color system, sure, there's some design approaches. It needs to be understood and mastered by everyone. But there is a way, too. In architecture and industrial design, a commonly used method is called white quantity attribute. Same as we're going to talk about CDS systems. I want to repeat it for everyone. All the core theories of the CDS color system and the underlying logic of his theory. This is what we call the color book. It is the source of all our color design systems. Okay, we've seen this diagram of the design steps. Its process is very simple. Introduction to the color design system. Attribute laws to the basic theory of color design methods. What we're starting today is the color law of white amount. White amount color law. Very easy to understand. That is, in the CDS color system, the amount of white, the amount of black, and the amount of color are divided into three sides. And these three sides form the triangle of the CDS color system. The amount of white is one of his important attributes. What we're talking about today is the color properties of the white side and its underlying logic and relationships. And what you find is that nature has a tremendous amount of natural relationships. Attribute relationship between color and color are like white quantity properties, very easy to distinguish and identify. This is what we call a linear relationship of white mass. This white quantity property relationship. Let's start with the basic theoretical principle of white quantity. What is the white quantity attribute? Among the characteristics of the CDS color system, it reads all the lines in the direction of white W white quantity. Lines in all directions. The extension line in the triangle is called the white amount. What is the outer extension line of a triangle? So let's go down and look at the actual relationship of the triangles. This is all the lines running in the direction of white. It's called the white amount. And this edge means this edge goes from 0, 25, 50, 75 to 100. This side here is the value of the white side, its value. We start at 0, 5, 10, 15. The arrangement of all these white quantities is called the white quantity. These are the three sides 25, 50, 75. Let me give you three examples. It's just the three lines of white. Lines arranged in both directions W and white. Outer extension of a triangle. This squeezed out is called an outer extension chord. So from here on out, this is extension. This long line that extends out, its value is your white value. Then each line has an extension line. It all has a white magnitude. This is the base W100 of its white amount. The closer the color is to the W point, the higher the amount of white. In other words, the closer to this any value of W, it has the character of white. Okay, let's take an example. These are 3 different hues. We have 3 colors. In the triangle, in the CDS triangle, we chose a 40 white quantity for color arrangement. In the color equivalence, we chose any 3 colors. But in the triangle, we've chosen 3 values that have the same amount of white. It's all 40 white. Use the same regular method as the amount of white. Choose from 3 different color schemes. Can achieve our purpose of reconciliation. This is the white amount. Its underlying logical and proportional interpretation. For example, our piece is its amount of color. Contains 80% minus 10%, and this piece is its black content, or what we call a white quantity, between. Then they scale along. From 10 to 80 you see this is 80. This is 10. So this is a typical triangle of white. This side here is the color value of the white amount. Interpret the same value for whiteness in the CDS triangle. The percentage of white in a group of colors is consistent. The amount of black and the amount of white are different, and the sum of the 3 is 100. Then this is the sum of the 3. It equals 100. This is the interpretation called white quantity. Well, since we are still the same as before, return to nature. We take a thing from nature, anything, to make a representation of its characteristic white mass. Natural colors come from all things in nature. We just put that picture. The picture of tomatoes was extracted with a color. Then we will find its color conforms to this white mass characteristic. W10, but its blackness is different, and the blackness is changing. The chroma is also different, Okay, let's look again. This is the arrangement of the colors in our color wheel. It's in the color triangle. The amount of white in our CDS system. These are all 10% white. You see the brightest colors slowly getting heavier and heavier. This is the white quantity characteristic. And this is a very important feature. And it's going to be used for a lot of human applications in the future. When designing applications, we'll use the design method of white quantity. Design behavior under the logic of whiteness design. This is the characteristic that belongs to the amount of white we are talking about. How do you put it? Select the white one among the triangles. In the hue loop, we choose 1 or 2 colors for the color scheme. The whiteness properties of the color scheme should be the same. This is a key feature of a white design approach. And the result is the unity condition, maximum visual harmony. Okay, so that's what we used. The color of tomatoes. After extraction, make some designs of some color patterns. Make an intuitive color recognition for everyone. The same color scheme with the amount of white. The effective home textile design patterns. This is what I give you. In our previous color schemes, and a lot of the time in the color channel is about an introduction to intelligent color language. And this is also our intelligent language. Another method among another system is called Color Scheme Express. It has something that is difficult for us ordinary people to master. The understanding of color theory in big data, and the mastery and use of the law of unity. This is the white mask design. Among them, we use the same color scheme for express delivery. Let's interpret what is the white quantity design method. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is the picture. We are all showing color design. A main color was chosen. For example, the color of tomatoes just mentioned. But what about the color of this tomato? We chose a white design. Hi, the white one has the same amount. Exactly the same design with a white amount of 10. He will get 5 different amounts of white color. And these 5 colors all happen to be the same amount of white. We know that in our CDS system, intelligent color scheme, its main purpose is the identification of a color system code, a color scheme. We have a dozen color schemes here. It's all in the software system. We also have an all-color scheme. Finally, corresponding to industrial production and color practices, the color conversion system. So let's take a look. Here are all the color schemes we got. 5 of these 5 colors are selected. There are 5 color schemes, and the color scheme, all coding is based on 2 systems. One is our CDS system. One is our CMYK color representation. This is the arrangement of our white mass. So that's what we get. The primary and secondary points. I just said, primary and secondary point area method of white quantity of color. This is known in the widget color production. For color design, the final version of his color scheme. Okay, so this is the main and secondary point in our color scheme. We understand. Let's take a look. This is the rendering of our color design. This is what we just finally did. Color design cover renderings. Okay, the color design method of the white amount of color in this issue is introduced. I hope you enjoy our channel. Love our colors. The new Learn Color with me is coming soon. If you like our color channel friends, like, subscribe, share. Thank you very much.